Someone posted a really hateful comment to me. Said, if you like Muslims so much, why don't you move to Saudi Arabia and try to build a Christian church over there and see what happens to you? Why don't you move to Palestine and try to build a mosque where they're tearing down houses and throwing people out? Why don't you go wrestle a bulldozer? Of course, I would never say that to him because I'm not a violent person. I'm not an angry person. If I like Muslims, I should move to Saudi Arabia. That's about the same as saying, hey, you like America? Why don't you move to Alaska and freeze to death? Alaska holds a very small percentage of Americans. Saudi Arabia holds less than 2% of the world's Muslims. When people are always looking to insult Islam, they go right to Saudi Arabia. Then they find the most extreme environment they can, as far away from Western views as possible, and then chooses Saudi Arabia, in their mind, to represent what all Muslims stand for. So I'm not saying anything bad about Saudi Arabia, but what I am saying is Saudi Arabia is a very, very minute percentage, a small, less than 2% of Muslims. So if you're going to make judgments about Muslims, maybe you should go to somewhere like Malaysia where they make up a larger percentage of the world and then make your judgment about what Muslims are like. Better yet, make individual judgments about Muslims as you meet Muslims and judge each Muslim you meet based on their individual merit after experiencing them. That would be the way to do it. You insult the Quran, their holy book, 466 pages in this one here, and if I was to take all the quotes that were horrible, out of context quotes that were horrible about this book, they would all probably total less than a half a page of this book. There's 465 and a half other pages. Why did you leave those out? If you're going to talk about this book, if you're going to mention this book, and you only know a half a page of a 466 page book, and you're going to give me quotes, read the 465 and a half other pages, and then let's talk. Imagine, if you will, that the internet exists in the 1940s. Hitler is alive, and I meet some of Hitler's henchmen online on YouTube. Have a nice conversation with them. I find out what they're doing, and I say, wow. What you're doing is wrong. I have to speak up. I understand what he said. I understand what she said. Let's work together. But when people are dying and people are being imprisoned, there is a time to stand up and to use your voice. And now is my time. I'm making my statement. It's very, very clear to me that what's happening in Palestine is wrong and it has to stop. Hey, Brett, you're taking sides. What are you doing giving the Nazis a hard time? Well, because they're behaving like animals. They're killing innocent people. There are times when I do have to make judgments in my life. When I experience something as wrong as what's going on in Palestine, there's a point where I do have to speak up. I understand how chroma key works in green screen. This is not green, this is turquoise. This will show up perfectly fine. Proof's in the pudding, when the editing is all done, this shirt will look perfect. Am I right? Am I right? Who's the moron now? See? About this assaulting people on the internet, it is really wrong. I had somebody post on there horrible things about my teeth, about my dental work, about my IQ, saying I'm a moron, saying I don't deserve to live. And I would just like to say, you're my parents. I got you the internet. I got you started on the internet. I showed you how to work everything. Please, you're my parents. For God's sake, please stop insulting me. And I will get a job. So, thank you very much. And see. Pretty cool with the green screen. Play on America!